Oh dear. Hello everyone, it is TIJ and welcome to episode 2 of the second season of a new era at Arsenal in Football Manager 2018. The farewell season to my Football Manager 2018 content. And today we start our Champions League group stage. Woo! Against Paris Saint-Germain. What a way to start proceedings. And then we have a Premier League game away against actually newly promoted Swansea City. Do you notice how I said oh dear at the start? We've only played 2 games, but as you can see, we've lost both of them. We played against Chelsea and Everton. Now, I think we were pretty good in both games, to be honest. I don't think we've got much to worry about, but obviously there were 2 losses, so that's not a great start after our brilliant start to the Premier League, 2 wins in the first episode. Now, the game against Chelsea we played pretty well in, with Aubameyang getting both goals, as you can see, Aubameyang being a player who scored in every game so far, bar the one, which obviously we didn't score against Everton. But he went 1-0 up, Mertens got a goal to make it 1-0, then Aubameyang made it 2-1, Mertens made it 2-2, and then Eden Hazard made it 3-2. So our defence has been a bit rubbish, to be honest, but nonetheless, that was okay. You know, we lost against Chelsea narrowly, and that was 1 loss, and I really hoped that after the international break, the match against Everton would be so much better. It wasn't. We lost 1-0 against Everton, Eduardo Vargas got the winning goal. But if we look in terms of the analysis, I think we did well. We dominated Everton, if you look. We had 17 shots, 7 of these being on target. It was 50-50 in terms of possession. But who was the man of the match? I would guessing it must have been Pickford. It wasn't actually. He only got a 6.9. But the defence played well. Michael Keane, St Just, Rojo getting man of the match, and Lucas Digne on the left-back position. So their defence was just really good, to be honest. I mean, Lacazette got a 7.2 average, 7.2 rating, 5 key passes and 3 chances created. Robben also having a good game, but unfortunately just didn't come to us. So hopefully, in this game against Paris Saint-Germain, how have they started League 1? They are in 10th. Oh dear, how have they managed that then? So 4 games in League 1 so far, and PSG have actually lost 2 games against Marseille. Actually, they've only lost 1, never mind. They've lost 1, they've drawn 2, and they have won 1. And tell you what's a bit not very encouraging for us. They've scored 2 in one game, 2 in the other, 3 in the other, and 4 in the other. So they are full of goals. Can you blame them with that absolutely monstrous attack of Mbappe, Neymar, Angel Di Maria? Seems that there we go, Cavani on the bench. I knew there was one more. That is a scary, scary squad. Change formation though for this game, back to the 4-2-3-1 to see if we can get Mesut Ozil firing again as one of the big players in our squad. Lacazette's not doing particularly well, so Aubameyang gets the nod above him. But in goal, we've got Leno with Bellerin, Matip, Regani and Marcos Alonso at the back. Actually, we are going to put Kolasinac at the back because Alonso played against Everton and he wasn't that impressive. But Matip's had a really good start to his season. He's got an average rating of 7.14, which is pretty good. As you can see, average a rating of 7.2 against Fulham, 7.4 against Man City, 6.9 in a losing side against Chelsea, which isn't too bad, and a 6.6 against Everton. So not so bad, not so good in the latest games. But still, he's got a good average rating. Torreira and Guendouzi are in the middle, with Robben, Ozil and Welbeck in the attacking midfield positions. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang starts up front. We're going to change the mentality as well to attacking fluid. Not stick to our position so much. Hit early crosses, put the defence back a little bit, and dribble less. That works for me. Let's just try something different, because after 2 losses, I feel like FM's very much... If a team works out your tactic, then you can go down so easily. And we saw last year that we lost a lot of games. And we don't want to fall into that habit straight away. I mean, I want to try and win the league this season. But the Champions League would be brilliant to go far in that competition. But they have got a very, very, very strong squad. I don't even have to introduce that squad. But Mbappe, Neymar and Cavani are 4 major threats tonight. So, are we looking for a win? Yes, it would be brilliant, but just bear in mind that we aren't really one of the best teams in the world. Arsenal, a team in real life, very much in a transitional phase, you know, with Emery just joining the club. So, I'm not too fussed if we don't win tonight, but as long as we give the passion, as long as we play well, and to the best of our ability, I certainly don't mind. Having a nice sip of my squash there, but Regani back to Bernd Leno. Just a minute into this game, it's a bit worrying. I hope they don't score straight away. Obviously, as well as PSG in our group, they're really the biggest threats. But we've got Milan and Dynamo Kiev. So it's interesting to see how they'll both get on. But Robben's running through. He has a shot and he's just wide of the goalkeeper. Number 95 is what Rakitic is chosen by. 22 years old, Rakitic, 60 million. I haven't, if I'm honest, I haven't got the biggest, and I haven't got really any knowledge of continental football. So I'm not sure a lot about PSG, but I do know about their crippling strike force of Mbappe, Neymar and Cavani. Grimaldo, though, on the ball for PSG. Up to Neymar. Can Bellerin cope with that on the right? Over to Mbappe. We are limiting them a little bit. A good bit of pressure on. Lovely stuff from Matip, even though it's straight back to Verratti, but Ozil gets it in the middle of the park to Robben. I feel like he could make some chances. Runs through the defence, has a shot, and it's just wide. I'm not too fussed about that, to be honest. Robben, at least, he's making the chances. And I'll tell you what, for a 34-year-old, he is bloody good. Right, goal kick. Kolasinac gets it, but back to Verratti. Mbappe on the ball, runs through the defence, but Regani gets it. Good stuff from our centre-backs already, both Regani and Matip. But not so good in terms of our passing up the field. It's quite poor, but good pressure on Welbeck there, which means we win the goal kick. Matip to Aubameyang, through to Welbeck. Can we get a goal? Welbeck into the box for Arjen Robben, and Arjen Robben takes the lead 10 minutes in this game at the Emirates. Our return to the Champions League. It must have been at least 2 or 3 years, I'd say now, since Arsenal have been in the Champions League. So I think they did 2 years in the Europa League, because they're in the Europa League, obviously, last season and the season before. So no, 2 or 3 years. This is the first Champions League night at the Emirates for 2 or 3 years at least. And what a great show it would be to put on to beat one of the best teams in the world, Paris Saint-Germain. And what a statement that would make to the rest of Europe, just saying, look, we beat Paris Saint-Germain. But we don't want to, elevate ourselves too much. We just want to stay grounded, and hopefully we can win this match. Any odd teams in the Champions League this year? Krasnodar beating Dortmund. Blimey, that's a bit of a shock. Celtic have made it in. We can't see the rest. But Aubameyang nearly makes it 2-0, just off the bar. It's a header, and it's just off the bar. And I think it's something of a stat from Aubameyang that the amount of headers that actually are successful from him is something like 33%, which is really the only goals he scores. So that's a bit worrying. Ozil deflected there, but straight to Robben. Back to Ozil, but it's back to the PSG players. Cavani, somewhat of a counter-attack coming up now. Mbappe on the ball. You know how rapid this team can be on the counter. Grimaldo on the ball, but good stuff from our players. Good intent and really good, what's the word? Not the mentality. Good tempo and good closing down. That's brilliant to see, but I don't like that pass back to the goalkeeper, because that just puts unnecessary pressure on. But good stuff from Kolasinac to get it out on safety. Torreira to Ozil. Welbeck. Can we get a second? That would be absolutely fantastic. Aubameyang through to Arjen Robben. He's 1-on-1 and he's shooting it in! Arjen Robben! He's made European night again at the Emirates, and it's 2-0 now to the Gunners, and I feel like that would be appropriate now just to go on counter-attacking, just tighten up a little bit. And Arjen Robben has been absolutely fantastic in this game at the Emirates. Welbeck to Aubameyang, put it to Robben. He finds the space behind Grimaldo, and Mamana's just coming to run for him, but he's got too much space, too much time. That's a lovely curler of a shot past the PSG goalkeeper, and the Arsenal fans are absolutely rocking. And that is a brilliant start to the game. Our players have got a few yellow cards, which is a little bit disappointing, but nonetheless, we are defending very well. And that is an absolutely fantastic start to this game. Kolasinac to Ozil. Torreira. Oh, that's not very good from Torreira, but nonetheless, can we defend this? Cavani running through the defence to Neymar Jr. There's too many players really there. Verratti to Havertz, and very nearly 2-1. To be honest, it had beat Bernd Leno, but I think he did parry it somewhat and got a hand on it, so that's what might have made it go wide, perhaps. But we're nearly at half-time, and I have to say, it can't have gone any better. It can't have gone any better. I don't want to tell the players not to get complacent. It could be 3-0 here. Hold on. Arjen Robben is through again. But into Danny Welbeck, and it's deflected, and Marquinhos throwing himself in front of the shot there. And that was very nearly 3-0. And we are playing a very exciting and vibrant brand of football here. Can we make it 3-0 on the edge of half-time? Guendouzi puts it back to Kolasinac. Just going to stop the half there and clinch the half. And as it said there, Arjen Robben very much winning the first half. And I just have to say to the players, to be honest, brilliant, And we have to say to Robben, what class was that? I'm very happy with his performance. We can't really say to the players that, don't get complacent, because they've played so well. And I don't think they can get complacent here. I think sometimes saying to the players, don't get complacent, can have a little bit of a negative effect. And that's something I might be a little bit guilty of. I've got to keep this atmosphere going. It's very nearly 3-0. And Aubameyang's shot hitting off Arjen Robben. And that was very nearly 3-0 to the Gunners here. And what a fantastic game this has been so far. Matip's possibly suffered a bruised ankle. That's not too bad. I'm not too fussed. Cavani to Neymar. To Verratti. They've got very much good attacking going on here. Neymar could be pivotal, but we've kept him out of the game so far, and so is Guendouzi there. But it's a poor pass. We did the hard work, and it's back into Mbappe, and it's 2-1 now. Surely we can't bottle this 2-goal lead, but possibly we can. And that's a little bit harsh on Guendouzi, saying it was his mistake. At the end of the day, he got the tackle in, but it was a poor pass from Guendouzi. And that was through to Mbappe, and we know the rest. It went into the back of the net. We're going to tell the players to try and retain possession and maybe look, you know, a little bit deeper now, because there's no good being too stupid. We're going to be very fluid. We're actually going to go back on attacking, but we're going to go, we're going to go on attacking. I'm happy with that. Stay a bit more disciplined, but try not to get it out too quickly. Just try and keep possession. But Guendouzi has a bit of a bad game so far. A 6.0 rating. So we are going to bring him off for James Milner. Seems sensible. Very experienced in these European nights, obviously with Liverpool. And we are going to bring... Now, see, I'd bring Liechtenstein on for Bellerin, but Maitland-Niles on the bench because Liechtenstein is out for a few months. But do I feel comfortable bringing Maitland-Niles on against PSG? No, probably not. But we've only got a 1-goal lead here to protect, so a bit of nerves and a bit of squeaky bum time going on now. But we've got nearly 15 minutes left. Pardon me. So what we will do, we'll bring Lacazette on for Aubameyang up front. We'll change to an advanced forward because he likes playing that advanced forward role. I do know that. We will bring Maitland-Niles on now for Bellerin, but we will bring the fullbacks back and we'll bring the attacking midfielders up. So the defenders are obviously back and the attacking midfielders are up. That just makes sense for me. There's no risk of overlapping, but I'll tell you what would be lovely, another goal just to clinch this game. Robben to Torreira. Back to Maitland-Niles. Lovely pass from Maitland-Niles down the line for Ian Robben. Puts it into the box for Lacazette, and it's in the back of the... How on earth is that assist from Joel Matip? Joel Matip's there! For Christ's sake. Right, how is this an assist from Joel Matip? Where's Joel Matip? There. There's Matip. Where does the ball come off Matip? If he gets the assist for that, I'll be livid. Ian Robben. Put it in the box. It was a Robben assist. And, well, it ricocheted off Lacazette into Mamana, but I don't care. A bit of luck. And if Matip gets that assist... No, he didn't. Did he get the assist? No, he can't have in the end. Surely he can't have got that assist. But, no, he can't have, because Robben scored the other 2 goals. Just a bit of a foot manager mistake there. But, wow. A bit of luck there, but I'm not too bothered. And with 2 minutes to go, we've got 5 minutes extra time. We've just beaten Paris Saint-Germain. Wow. That's brilliant. That's possibly the best game we've had in this save so far. And the problem is now, I can see it happens. It's just the case of recording Foot Manager videos sometimes. And it always happens on FM. We'll go and beat PSG here. And then we'll go and lose to Swansea. I can't say I guarantee, but it could well possibly happen. But what a performance of Robben. Absolutely agreed. He deserves the man of the match with a 9.2 performance. But that was absolutely fantastic. And as I said earlier, hopefully we can follow it up against Swansea. But I don't guarantee anything, but fingers crossed we can, because Swansea have had quite a bad start and find themselves in 19th place after 4 games. Can you seriously change that team after that performance? Well, we made one change. Ramsey's in for Guendouzi after a very below par game. Don't quite know what happened to him against PSG, but we'll let it go. He's going to sit out today's game against Swansea, but hopefully he'll be back for the midweek game against Norwich. But apart from that, we've made absolutely no change, because how can you after that PSG win? That was absolutely fantastic. But as I said before, I hope we can follow it up with a win against Swansea, or else it kind of is very useless. But they are playing a very defensive setup. They've got 3 at the back, but they've got a defensive midfielder with 4 I guess you could say 2 holding midfielders. And 2, well, they've got a right mid and a left mid, but they've only got 2 men up front. They're going to be very defensive, so it might be tricky to get behind them, but hopefully we can get a win here. And that will get our season back on track. You know, 3 wins out of 5 is okay. And to be fair, we've had quite a tricky start. You know, we've already played Man City, Chelsea and Everton. Obviously, 2 of those clubs are now in the top 2 in the Premier League, so that just shows. We've also played Fulham as well, who are a very good team, and Swansea are a good team as well. Well, all the teams in the Premier League are good teams, if you want to argue that, but obviously 3 of our 5 games have been very big games so far. But can we get our first goal? Ozil's through 1-on-1, and that's just over the top of the Swansea bar. Find ourselves in Wales, though, after coming back from the Emirates. I was going to say we're coming back from France, but no, it was a home game, so that is completely irrelevant. But yeah, come on. 25 minutes in here. We have completely dominated them so far. 10 or 11 shots within half an hour, and hopefully one of them pays off. I mean, that's the problem. We make chances and we might well score them, but the amount of chances we're making, should we really be scoring more? What do you guys think? I think we should be, you know, scoring more of our chances, put more of our chances away. It'd be very interesting to see our chance completion ratio compared to the rest of them in the Premier League, but at least that's 1 out of 12. Danny Welbeck put it in the back of the net after a lovely cross from Bellerin. Very much a low cross that come in from, well, it was probably about 20 yards out, actually. 20, 25 yards out. Actually, maybe not as much as that. But it certainly wasn't a conventional cross, but a lovely cross. Crossed the field of play, beats everyone else, and Welbeck runs into that space at the far post, and he makes it 1-0 to the Gunners. Good stuff. Good start. 2 wins from 2 would be brilliant this episode, and it is very specific. Well, not specific, but what's the word? Well, I'll put it this way. I'm very curious that we've played 6 games so far, and the 4 we've played on camera we've won, and the 2 we've played off camera we've lost. But I might have just jinxed ourselves there, because I've said the 4 we've played on camera we've won, but we haven't won this game yet. Matip puts it out. Good stuff. I think he was a good investment, to be honest, Joel Matip. I mean, we sold Mustafi for 35 million, so we paid a net 5 million for Matip, and he's definitely filled in that Mustafi role in the centre-back position. I was quite worried, actually, after selling him, because he is a very good centre-back, but it seems that Matip he's settled in straight away, and he's just the solid centre-back we want. A bit of experience. We've also got Regani there as well to deliver the goods. In terms of, I think he's more of a ball-playing defender, more of a creative defender, Regani. I think Matip's very much, right, get it out. He's that sort of no-nonsense defender. But maybe, Regani might be a bit more, maybe because of his age, but he's got more excitement about his game potentially. But to be honest, as a centre-back, I'm just looking for a player who can get it out, hoof it out, but not do anything stupid with it, retain possession, because that's what we want in a centre-back. But a fairly standard first half. We've got the goal we need. We're doing a bit of a Manchester United now, I think, sitting back a little bit. And, yeah, we'll give the players a bit of a morale boost. Things going well, but they could be going better. We'll look to control the game now. We'll be very fluid. We'll be looking for a bit more, just a bit more just passing the ball around a little bit. Not getting cocky or anything like that or complacent, but just passing the ball around, being comfortable in our own space, because really we should be better than this Swansea team, but if we're playing passes like Ozil's just done, then we probably are going to concede. But it'd be nice to get a clean sheet, because this would be the first clean sheet of our season, which is nice. But, it helps the goal difference. That's the only thing that I'm bothered about. I'm not really bothered about the clean sheet stats, because, in my view, winning 5-4 is exactly the same as winning 1-0. It doesn't really matter, but it does help. Well, does it help the goal difference? Nah, that's just completely ruined my argument, but goal difference matters. Clean sheets, do they matter? Not really. I suppose what I'm trying to say is that I would rather win 4-2 than win 1-0. Does that make any sense? I'd rather maybe concede a few goals, but then win by a larger margin and, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure you guys will get it in some aspect. But can we make it 2-0? Robben across to Aubameyang. Again, that's another header, which he can't finish. It's straight at the flipping keeper. And he has had an absolute disastrous day, Aubameyang, today. So unless he scores now, he will be coming off for Lacazette. Andre Ayew to his brother Jordan, playing in the same team. Ayew over to Bonnie. Good stuff from Regani getting it out. Come on, Aubameyang. Don't muck about now. Robben to Aubameyang. Nice running in there, though, from Ozil. Aubameyang turns winger. Not very effective, though. Ramsey to Robben. Robben to Ozil to Torreira. Nice flick over, and can Welbeck make it 2? He certainly does. Danny Welbeck ought to be the flipping striker. And in fact, he will be that striker. Danny Welbeck's going to change to a striking role. He seems to be doing pretty well. And we're going to bring Aubameyang off for Iwobi. And we'll also bring Aaron Ramsey, the yellow card Aaron Ramsey, off for Guendouzi, just to show him a little bit of faith in the last 15 minutes here against Swansea. And as that says, I think we're coasting to victory now. We're still going to be a bit careful because we don't want to muck about. But we are creating chances like, well, what are we creating chances like? But we're creating chances beautifully. We're 2-0 up, 24 shots. Will this be free? Torreira, back to Ozil. A few 1-2s going on here between Torreira and Ozil. To Iwobi, to Regani! Wow, Daniel Regani showing his shot power, but that's just off the bar. And it comes out. Kyle Norton's still playing for Swansea. Blimey, that's a name from the past. Saying that, he's only 28 years old. 29 even, blimey. We'll bring Bellerin off again because he's got another yellow card. Actually, we won't. We'll bring Kolasinac off for James Milner. Just to say that James Milner can still play at left back. Does help if you click play, doesn't it? So you're going to be sitting here for a very, 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 very long time waiting for the game to finish. Guendouzi, bout to Bellerin. Guendouzi to Robben. Robben into Iwobi. Shoots. 3-0. Game, set, and match. Brilliant. More than happy with it. It seems that left wing position He's a bit of a gold mine in this game. Obviously, we've changed Welbeck to striker now. He scored those 2 goals, but the left winger has scored 3 of the goals in this game, and that's fantastic. But we've scored 6 today, so our goal scoring worries are completely gone in my view, and we are doing very well now. And it's a bit unfortunate we lost those 2 games, but that very much brought us back to the ground, which isn't something I'm too bothered about. But really now we need to go on a good run, which is what I plan to do. Oh dear. Could they come back? No. We're alright, but it's not a clean sheet. We don't care about clean sheets. You should know by now that the way I play, it lends itself to goals. You're either going to be attacking and concede the odd goal, or you're going to be a defensive team and maybe win 1-0s every week. It's just the way it goes. A bit unfortunate that we have conceded that goal, though. Would have been nice to get a clean sheet, but we still get the 3 points, which is all that matters, quite frankly, in this game. And that should be the end if the ref decides to blow the whistle at any point. Bonnie, to Jordan, are you? Surely that's got to be the whistle blown now. Matip gets it out to Torreira, to Guendouzi, and he should have the last touch of the game. No, he doesn't. It's to Ozil, to Torreira, to Guendouzi, to Bellerin. Oh, come on, just finish the game, ref. Bellerin to Matip, to Guendouzi. Torreira, blow the bloody whistle. Right, that's it. Well done. A Swansea player intercepted, and now he's blew the whistle. That's 2 wins out of 2 on that episode, and that is very much job well done, and a tick on the box. So, brilliant win against Paris Saint-Germain at the Emirates, and also a fantastic win against Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. Done exactly what we needed to, and I'll be back on Friday, folks, for another episode of Football Manager 2018 with the Gunners. I think it will be, we'll be playing against Stoke at home. And then finally, a game against Moscow. Is it Dynamo? No, Dynamo Moscow, I think it is. Dynamo Moscow in the Champions League group away from home. I think that'll be the 3rd Champions League group game. So make sure to pop along to the channel for that. And I'll see you guys on Friday at 6 PM as always. Thank you so much for your support and to getting to this point of the video. I really appreciate it. I have been TIJ and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.